Well, hello and good evening, and welcome to the City of Travelers Rest Council meeting for Thursday, October the 16th. It's nice to have you guys here. If you will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'd like to ask Councilmember Grant Baumgardner to please pray for council.
Let's pray. Father God, we come to you with thankful hearts, thankful that we live in the city of Travelers Rest, that your Son has come before us and has given us the ability to choose and to make choices and to have free will. Father God, we just ask for your guidance. We ask for wisdom. We ask for protection of the citizens and for the leaders of this city. Father, we just ask you, bless us all in Jesus'
Grant?
Baptist prayer,
Yeah. Pass the offering plate, Grant. That was good, yeah.
I was going to say, that's no Presbyterian prayer, man.
All right, well, we have made a slight error and we have left off a very important presentation. And so I'd like to make a motion to add to our citizen participation for the Municipal Association presentation by Mr. Robert Wolf.
I will
Second?
second
Okay,
that.
all in favor? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. So first up, we have approval of our minutes from our previous meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve our regular council meeting minutes for September the 18th?
Motion to approve?
Okay, motion
Second.
from Catherine, second from Sherry. Any edits? All in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. We have our public hearing for fiscal year 2025-2026 for our budget amendment. Do we have anyone that signed up? Okay. All right. And we'll just leave that open. If someone comes, somewhere in the meeting, just let us know and we can bring them back up. Citizen participation. All right. Mr. Robert Wolf is here with the Municipal Association. This is really exciting. So thank you so much for coming. And I'll let you kind of tell us why you're here.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, for having me, and thank you for the invite, Shannon. And I'm pleased to be here for two reasons tonight. First is just to introduce myself. My name is Rob Wolf. I'm with the Municipal Association of South Carolina. I'm the new Field Services Manager for this region. Naomi Reed, who was the previous Field Services Manager, she got a big promotion to run the insurance division. I don't know if that's something I'd be interested in, but it's really exciting for her, and so I've stepped in to fill her role, fill that vacancy. So previously I was a city manager in Terrell, and now I'm out on the road all the time. And glad I get to come on this first meeting to meet you guys and introduce myself, to also bring a 2025 Municipal Elected Officials Institute of Government Honor Roll plaque. So as you all know, once you get elected to council, there's no playbook. There's no, this is what you do now. You get elected and that's it. So in 1986, the Municipal Association started the Municipal Elected Officials Institute to provide training and guidance so that newly elected officials can have a strong and firm foundation for governance. And if all members of your council graduate from that institute, you get to be on the honor roll plaque. So it's a pretty difficult award to maintain, because once you have an election, if someone new is coming on, suddenly you don't have anybody or you have someone who has not graduated, and so you come off the honor roll, so you got to get back on it. So this year, you guys are part of a very elite group of councils that have earned this distinction. Of our 271 municipalities this year, only 14 are receiving the honor roll this year. So I'm very pleased to present the 2025 honor roll plaque to you guys, and I do appreciate you guys having me here and allow me to take a few minutes of your time.
This is great. I think we should get a picture. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
You maybe just
sure.
line us right here real quick? Okay, cool. And then, here, I'll say a few words after we finish. You don't have to
Wants
be
to come
here
out?
tell us
I know,
what
right?
to
What are we
do,
gonna do?
but, yeah.
I always catch it on that. Sorry, Philip.
Oh, nice. Good, 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 good. I was going to say, Rob kind of led into this, but really the Municipal Association is so valuable as an educator for us because the requirements for being a politician are be 18 and live where you serve. So the bar is kind of low. And so, but we don't know what we don't know. And so I really appreciate everyone on council taking the time. You probably made a special trip to Columbia to make sure this happened, or you did it and took your classes whenever we got together for the summer session. So thank you for that. I know it's a big sacrifice of time, but it does make us smart and hopefully helps Shannon too as she's trying to constantly educate us. But Rob, also thank you for being our field services manager. That's such an important role, and I think we have an amazing staff, but we still need you guys to help kind of direct us and be there when we have the what do we do, and especially for helping out for mayors and council members. So thank you again for that. And congrats to council. That's a big deal. All right, so moving on, we have ordinances and resolutions for second reading. We have most of our regular attendees tonight, so I won't go into that, but of course, second reading. So we have, let's see, is this you, Grant? You up for this one? Okay, let's take it. Great, thank you.
All right, I make a motion to approve at second reading ordinance O-12-25, amending the business license ordinance of the City of Travelers Rest to update the class schedule as required by Act 176 of 2020.
Okay, you've heard that motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Sherry. All right.
All right, I'll give you a brief description of what this is. Act 176 requires every municipality to amend their business license ordinance to include the change in the NAICS code, which is a North American Industrial Classification System, which happens every 2 years and can result in a class schedule change. City business licenses are classified according to their NAICS code. These changes will not go into effect until the renewals in this coming spring. And this is a state law that requires us to do this. All the cities across the whole entire state of South Carolina fall into this exact same business license requirements.
Thank you, Grant. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Next up, our amendment to the general fund budget.
I make a motion to approve at second reading ordinance O-13-25, amending the fiscal year 2026 general fund budget to include the rate, fee schedule, and CIP program, to include the previous amendment to the GO Bond Series C debt service payment.
Okay, you've heard that motion. We have a second.
Second.
Okay, second by Lisa. She beat you, Wayne.
All right, I'll give you basically the general synopsis of this is mainly we're making some changes to accommodate some salary adjustments. We are eliminating the holiday accrual practice, which has been a liability for the city for years. We're paying out that, and we are reducing the amount we have to transfer from our cash reserves because of revenue increases, which are reflected in this new general fund budget.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you for that. All right, last one, amendment for hospitality tax fund.
All right, I make a motion to approve at second reading ordinance O-14-25, amending the fiscal year 2026 local hospitality tax fund and local accommodations tax fund.
Heard that motion. I have a second. Wayne?
Second.
All right, there we go.
Well, you
Grant?
got a second in that time. This is, we previously in previous budgets have allocated and transferred a lot of money, or not a lot, but money from both of these funds into our general fund budget. Making these adjustments as we just have to the general fund budget is actually allowing us to reduce the amounts that we're transferring into the general fund budget, allowing us to keep more in the special restricted accommodations tax fund and the local hospitality tax fund for future expenditures.
All right, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? All right, Motion carries. Thank you for that grant and for Shannon and Carson. Feels like cleanup. So a little housekeeping for budget, so appreciate that. All right, committee reports. We have personnel. Is that you too?
It is.
Okay.
The Personnel Committee met on October 6th and approved the September 8th minutes.
Okay, thank you for that, Councilmember McCall. Next, we have Public Works Committee, Chair Lane.
The Public Works Committee met October 6th and approved the September 8th minutes. Staff will be meeting to develop a finalized plan for the Tubbs Mountain intersection construction, which will be shared publicly and coordinated with relevant contacts. The city received a grant from the South Carolina Department of Environmental Services to host regular glass recycling events. And the last glass recycling event in June saw over 100 cars and collected over 10,000 pounds of glass.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. Next, we have Public Safety, Sherry.
The committee met on October 6th and approved the September 8th minutes. The committee reviewed the following from the August safety reports. Police completed 280 hours of training in August. The department has received 3 grants totaling $198,000. They included a grant for traffic, one for new in-car camera, and lastly, one to upgrade existing body cams. Approval of funds by council will be at a future date. Fire, the department participated in the IS 400 class. Call volumes up by 85 calls. For the building department, building permits slightly increased in the residential area.
Thank you, Sherry. Next, we have Planning and Development Committee report for our Mayor Pro Tem, Grant Baumgartner.
I will take that. The Planning and Development Committee met on October 6th and approved the September 8th minutes. White Hawk Meadows is progressing through the engineering phase. Hemlock has received full approval. The Station Phase 1B and the Station Events Center are both undergoing land development permitting. The Grove Outdoor Center is anticipated to begin construction in the fall. Warehouse demolition and site work is continuing in Pinestone. Trees Upstate is planting 43 trees on Saturday, and the city is looking into grants through TAP, PARD, and SCPRT. That ends my report.
Thank you. And lastly, review of our Ways and Means financial report, Chair Baumgartner.
Ways and Means Committee met October 6th and approved the September 8th minutes. The Ways and Means Committee agreed to move to full council the Row Road parking agreement, and that ends my report. However, all of us should have received the financial report via email. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask on that report at this time?
I have a question. The sewer fund, I know we've discussed that in the past. Is there any plans for the use of that for the future, or, the?
Councilmember Lane, thank you. There is opportunities to use that in the future. We have requested documentation of how that was closed out for specifics on how we can utilize those funds. Robbie Childs is helping us look into that. We didn't have a copy in our office, so.
Okay, thank you.
Question. All right. Any
That
other?
ends my report.
Ordinances and resolutions for first reading, we have none. Old business, we have none. New business, our Row Road parking lease agreement. This is kind of exciting.
I
Grant?
make a motion to approve the Row Road parking lease agreement.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Sherry, and give us a little summary there.
I do have a summary. The city has the opportunity to enter into agreement with Row Road investors to maintain the parking area at Row Road in Old Buncombe. The agreement allows for a yearly lease of $11,500 for the first 5 years, or the amount of property taxes, whichever is greater. This will allow the city to make some minor improvements at our expense for more optimal efficiency, and also give police jurisdiction over the property to tow vehicles when they block exit lanes.
Any further discussion? This is new business. We talked about it last week.
I have just one question about that. Okay, if we enter into this agreement and property's tangible, I mean, some people, it moves pretty quickly sometimes. If we're entered into this agreement and the property is sold, will we be automatically eliminated from the lease
Councilmember McCall, fantastic question. The lease contemplates that scenario, so we get the first 12 months because we plan to spend a little bit of money making some upgrades to it. For the first 12 months, they would not be able to terminate the lease, so whatever, we could allow that if we wanted to, but it would be at our discretion. After the 12 months, there's a 60-day elimination option.
All right.
So
That's
it gives
good
us
to
some
know.
cover for a year for our investment. That's a good question.
And remind me, do we have a budget to spend on improvements?
So in the budget amendment, we allowed for $15,000 in this
Okay,
line
that's what I
item,
thought.
so it's a very small improvement budget. I will let you know that Jay's already been drawing on this, opportunities to more efficiently utilize the parking lot. And per the lease agreement here, any improvements that we make would be approved by the owners of the property, which won't be unreasonably withheld. That's contemplated here. What I think will probably happen is we'll make improvements to the paved portion of it immediately, and with opportunities to build that forward in the future if we wanted to. I think we can get quite a few parking spots out of just even the paved portion of it without getting into the messy, muddy
Right.
components of the grass section.
Thank you.
Kind of like a phase one.
Phase 1, Phase
maintain,
2, and we
clean
could
this up,
open
yeah.
Phase 2 if we had a specific event that we knew it was dry enough to park it and we wanted to kind of monitor it that way. That's kind of what I see as an opportunity going forward.
And then maybe phase 2 for next budget or something like that. Okay, great. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor? Motion carries. I would like to go on the record saying that Grant made fun of me for Red Ribbon Week on how I said it, and I kept waiting on him to mess up Row Road, and he didn't do it. Okay, good job, Grant, good job.
That's
All
why I
right.
talk slower.
I know. All right, Spartan Fire ladder truck purchase contract.
All
Grant, this
right.
is you again.
I make a motion to give permission for mayor and city administrator to negotiate and execute the contract not to exceed the price stated in the contract paperwork.
Okay, you hear that motion? We have a second.
Second.
Okay, second from Sherry. Grant or Shannon, you guys want to give us a summary?
Okay, this, for those that have not been on council for a while, we're going to have to get another fire truck. Not his fault. I'll look at him, but it's not his fault. Just, we're aging out our ladder truck, and we need to get in the queue for get one produced. And in doing so, we can lock in the price for that at today's rate. We did that 2 years ago with the truck that we don't have yet, that is scheduled to be delivered the first part of next year. We did this 2 years ago and locked in the rate at this time. Now we're looking at probably, am I correct, Mac, on this, that this is maybe a 5-year build date? So it's
Crazy,
going to
yeah.
be out for a while. It is already in, Ms. Shannon. It is in our long-term budgets that we were looking at. We have time. We don't have to come up with the money right now. That's not the point. This is just simply to get us entered into a contract so we can lock the price in. We can look at the funding side of this, and we've got years to do that, but it is on our horizon. It's not that we're blindsiding it right now at all. We're looking at it. We need to get started on it, and this is the starting point.
Is there any upfront money at all?
Councilmember McCall, no, there's not an upfront agreement here. Our CIP did include this. We wrote it in for 2028. It'll be 2029 or beyond. And that contemplates using a capital lease. What this agreement does is it locks it in at the price of $1.681 million. We had put $1.5 million in there. If you'll remember when the financial advisors came through to run through our capital modeling, we had that included in there. This will, however, lock us in so that after we approve this agreement, should we back out, there's certain thresholds that we hit, and we have to pay back we are on the hook for certain portions of it.
And this will protect us
Lock
too,
us where we are
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
so
well,
that-
we did.
for a
that.
rate
Yeah,
increase.
Yeah.
That's pretty good
Yeah.
thing to do.
Is the 5-year build out, is that normal now, Mac? Is that
Yes.
just the way it is? Okay. What did it used to be? Okay.
And Councilmember Bumgarner, if you don't mind, I would love to have Matt come and talk a little bit about the process because he's been putting a fair amount of research into this with his team.
Sure,
If you had a
sure,
moment.
that'd be great.
Mac?
Just a little bit of history to let you know, the truck that it'll be replacing is a 1999 model, it's over 25 years old. The last maintenance issue that we had with it, we could not find parts anywhere in the nation. We had to have them made, so it is what it is. That particular truck is a 70-foot truck. As we know, Travelers Rest has grown both in housing and in businesses. It needs a taller truck. This one's 107 feet. It should, without any doubt, last about 20 years. So it's a lot more money, but it is a good investment. Just a real quick of how we went about this. We put together a 5-person committee within the department. I chaired the committee, but basically just sat back and said, let's figure it out. Let's see what's best for us. Let's see what's the best for our money. What's out there that's a quality truck right now, because there's several truck manufacturers out there. And when you start scoring trucks and looking at things, we chose the Pierce. I say we, the committee chose the Pierce model. They sat down, looked at Travelers Rest. We brought a couple of different companies in, rode them around Travelers Rest, looked at like White Hawk Meadows up here because it's got a lot of things that has to do with a ladder truck, the hills, all these different things. Looked at the business, went to Furman, because we all know Furman's got big buildings. So we went and looked at all this. The committee, by far, Pierce was the best that worked for Travelers Rest. And so it fits the profile of our new businesses and new residential. Price, it is what it is. I will tell you this, I told them from the beginning that we're not looking for bells and whistles, we're looking for a fire truck. And I was blown away by how they went about that. Sitting there watching, y'all have all been there, we've got new smart board and all, they put everything up. Started looking at different trucks. What can we do with this? What's the best for our money? I feel like this is by far the best for our money. And I'm very proud of that committee for taking the time to just not say, hey, we want this on there just because it's the latest and greatest thing. No, what do we need, not what do we want necessarily. Like I said, it's about 48 months out, so we got time. Travelers Rest is growing. I don't think we'll have any problems from the financial standpoint of it, but it is $1.681 million. That's a lot of money. I never thought I'd see a fire truck that'd be over $1 million. Now a new pumper's over $1 million. So that's a lot of money. But yeah, I think we're getting the best for our money.
Mac, I do want to ask that, I know what the answer to this is, but I'm asking so that it's out there, and that is, this truck is going to be bigger than the truck that we currently have, correct?
It'll be almost the same size, just a
Oh, really? So
yeah, it's not going to be a lot longer, a lot better. It's
Well,
still a single axle truck. The way chassis are designed nowadays versus the old days, you can go with the outriggers. The outriggers, I will say, they do go out farther, so that is a little issue with, old trucks versus new trucks, but stability-wise, it's fine. It's not going to require any other space, and if we down the road had to build a substation, where we're not going to have to build a huge station just because we got a ladder truck.
So what this is going to fit in the base that we
Absolutely.
currently
It'll fit
have, that's
without
my
a-
point.
without a
is that
problem. Nope.
We designed the building with anticipation of
Absolutely.
exactly what we're doing right now, and that is having
That's
to
a
put
very good
another
question,
truck
but
in
yes,
there.
sir. Yeah, it'll fit. It actually would fit right where the other one sits right now. We actually backed one in there just to see.
What do you think you'll do with our 1999 model?
In 4 years, we'll just have to see. I really don't see any reason to keep it unless we're just at a point that we've had such growth that we need 2 ladder trucks. But the problem with it is the same problem as today is after 20 years, it's just like a car.
Parts,
After 20 years, it's hard to get parts for. It's really hard to get parts for a fire
You
truck.
donated our last one to another municipality, didn't you?
We did give one to another it was a special purpose district down in the county, but yeah, and they're running it for a spare truck or whatever they're doing with it. But finding parts nowadays is, especially for 20-year-old trucks, is not real easy.
All right, any further discussion?
Kind of add to what Grant said, a little tidbit for y'all. Everybody knows where Chicora Alley is, right? Everybody is aware that used to be the fire station. If you ever notice, if you look at Chicora Alley on the right-hand side, it's wider and taller. You know why it's wider and taller? That truck.
Ladder truck.
We got that truck. Is that not right?
Didn't fit.
We had to build the fire station build it out bigger and taller to get that truck in
Yeah.
there.
Still couldn't open the doors, could you?
You could walk in front of it without the door being open.
It's a
You
tight
could not walk
squeeze.
past, I could not walk past the front of it, of any of the 3 trucks that were in the front. You could not walk past the front of them and walk around the truck because you had to have the door open in order to do
Look
that.
how far we've
Definitely
come.
have a better
Yeah.
situation now.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Our station nowadays, we still have, in our stations, not a brand-new station anymore, but we still have districts that come on a pretty regular basis just to look at our station.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor? All right, motion carries. Wayne, you good?
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks,
Thank
Mac.
you, Mac. I appreciate it. Miscellaneous matters, administrative update. Shannon Herman, what you got for us?
Thank you, Mayor Ramadan. I do have a few things. Wanted to let you know that we've received back a first draft of the Tubbs Mountain Road Closure Detour Plan. We are allowed to comment on that, make any changes as needed. We will have that published by Monday. Additionally, Philip is working to make sure that we have signage that says specifically, go this way for, Chicora Alley, go this way for the tax, accountant, so that we can point people as best as we can for this period of disruption. And then, as noted in the committee report, that will go out to all of the agencies that need to be aware of that plan. So we'll start publishing that on Monday. Would like to announce on Chief Ford's behalf, that the Explorer Open House is taking place on Thursday. This is very exciting. We will have explorers from Malden City here in their uniforms and kind of explaining how the process works, but it'll be hosted in council chambers from 6 to 7:30 on Thursday. We're very excited about this program starting here in Travelers Rest. It's October, which means it's basically Christmas now. So we are in full Christmas planning, and with that comes the toy drive, which is a massive collective effort on police and all the departments' behalf. So we had our first organizational meeting, have divvied out the chores for that, and we're very excited. We're going to do 2 drive-through drop-off donations this year. The first one, we're going to coincide with the glass recycling and shredding event. And then we'll also have advertisements up during that event for the second event, which is to be planned, so that folks know that they can do that, as well as drop off boxes. And new this year, we're going to utilize a QR code. So if people prefer to make a financial donation, the team does go out and try to purchase, clothing, the basic necessities that are listed on the applications that we receive. So financial donations are very much welcome too. So that'll be new this year. We're excited. I think this is going to be a great event. Very proud and to be on the team for this one. And finally, Trees Upstate is doing their planting this Saturday. Very exciting, but they are looking for volunteers. So if you know anyone who wants to come out and be a part of that process, please point them to our website and they can sign up, and we look forward to that. 43 new trees today? 43.
Awesome. Good.
So.
Yeah.
Where are they going? Where are they
A lot of them are going along the Swamp Rabbit on Main Street, some in the park. I shouldn't speak off the top of my head. Jay should talk about this.
Thank you.
It's exciting.
I think that's very smart to have a QR code to raise funds, because
Yeah.
a lot of people forget to bring or don't have the time. So I think that's an excellent add-on.
Good idea. Not my idea. A good idea.
Teamwork.
Take it.
Teamwork.
Anyone on council have anything for the good of council?
Not to say something.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I just say it. I need to beg for forgiveness for my outburst last Monday. The fire don't get hot too much anymore, but when it does, unfortunately, I have reversions of my younger self, and that's never really a good thing. So I was completely out of line, and I completely apologize to everybody in this room, and it's a heartfelt apology. Because, I love you guys, but, if you trip my trigger, I'm going to go off on it. But I do apologize for that, and it was out of line, it was unprofessional, and so if you'd be kind enough to forgive me, I'd certainly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that, Wayne. It's very gentlemanly of you to say that
What now?
publicly. Very gentleman-like of you to say that publicly to all of us, and we
It's supposed to.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
If you
We've
do
got-
right, Brandy, if you do right, you won't ever do wrong.
That's true.
Just
that's
remember
true.
that.
We've also gotten used to you, Wayne, so it's not that shocking, actually.
Well, it ain't as bad as I used to be.
Some of us are more used to you than others.
That's
I know,
true. That's
but,
true.
you know,
No, I appreciate that.
I do apologize that I was wrong. I had to play golf the next day, and I played terrible. And it just, I mean, it just hung on me pretty bad.
So hard.
And, you know,
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
but I do apologize.
Thank you. All right, anyone else have anything for the good of council? Just a
Motion
reminder,
to-
we have our farmer's market next door for our, even though it's 80 degrees, you can go celebrate fall, and food trucks. So we'll go do that tonight. All right, Grant,
Motion
Better
to
go down and
adjourn.
shake some
Second.
hands,
all in
kiss some
favor?
babies.
All right, thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.